Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once said that the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. Well, as we move in today's reading from the man Ezekiel to the man Daniel, we find that both of these men find themselves standing in the midst of challenge and in the midst of controversy. The difference between the two is that Ezekiel was a prophet in the midst of this challenge and controversy, where Daniel is an official, a Babylonian official of Jewish descent, in exile with the rest of his people, but through his integrity and his unwavering commitment to the Lord, God honors him and elevates him to a place of prominence and position in the Babylonian kingdom. And what we see in Daniel is one who embodies all that God was trying to teach his people, as God is often apt to do, to teach in very concrete and tangible ways. God will use one man, one person, to embody and to demonstrate what the Lord wants from his children. Remember why Israel is there. They are there because of their unwillingness to bow only to the Lord, because of their continual desire to make false gods for themselves, because of their unwillingness to fully trust in the Lord, to obey his commands, to take care of the widow and the orphan among them. As a result, God disciplines his children and sends them into Babylon for a time of exile. And in the midst of that exile, Daniel rises to the surface. And as you look at the first half of the book of Daniel, you can see that Daniel is unwilling to compromise his commitment to the Lord. Despite the royal food that is placed before him, Daniel says, no, I won't eat it. I will only eat the things that are clean from the perspective of the Lord. Daniel chapter 2, he's willing to translate these dreams despite great harm to himself. Daniel chapter 3, we see Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego unwilling to bow down to the gold image made by Nebuchadnezzar, all in the spirit of Daniel. We see more dreams being interpreted. We eventually come to Daniel chapter 6, where Darius commands the people to bow down only to him and to no other God, but Daniel refuses to do so. He's thrown into the lion's den. But once again, God honors Daniel. And so what we see in Daniel is this living, breathing testimony of what the people of God were supposed to be. It's really a story about God. God who will honor the faithful. Let me say that again. The story of Daniel is not so much about Daniel. It's not so much about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. It is about the Lord who will honor those who are faithful to him. I guess it comes down to what Jesus says in Matthew chapter 10. Do not fear those who kill the body, but cannot kill the soul. Rather, fear him who can destroy both soul and body. Are not 2 sparrows sold for a penny, and not one of them will fall to the ground without the Father knowing about it? Even the hairs of your head are all numbered. And since God knows you so intimately and with such great detail, the conclusion of the matter is this: fear not. You are more valuable than sparrows. Everyone who acknowledges God before men, he will also be acknowledged before the Father in heaven. And whoever denies God before men, he will also be denied by the Father in heaven. Today, I urge you to acknowledge the Lord in your actions, in your words, in your integrity, in your unwillingness to compromise your faith. Acknowledge the Lord, for he will acknowledge you at the very end.